Welcome back to Tommy Time. I had done a couple of previous videos on this Murray pusher with a 22-inch blade. You may not recognize the housing, but this is the scat machine, the one with the coil that somebody had doctored up. I had to reset the coil and clean the carburetor. Anyway, the recoil ended up being broken on this one, so I had to salvage one out of my lawnmower salvage yard. You recall it didn't have a nameplate on it. What the issue was is one of these cogs was broken off. If you can see, the cog on the top is broken. The one on the bottom is intact. If you can see, this one here is broken off, so I put a used one on it. I kind of doctored up the deck with some red, fire engine red Wally World paint. I also put a new blade on it. The blade, I believe, on this one was slightly bent, so it got a new blade. Let me do a walk around and then we'll start it. The high 12-inch rear wheels. It's a 2014 model year. It had been giving me trouble starting. The choke was not closing all the way. It has an automatic choke. It takes heat off of the muffler and pushes a linkage this way to open up the choke fully. It was not closing, so I had to do a little bit of bending on the linkage to get the choke to fully close. When cold, it was not fully closing when cold. So that was a little bit of doctoring on that. It seems to be satisfactory now. I had let it run here just a few minutes ago for about 15 minutes just to make sure everything was up to snuff. Oil level is correct. So I'll show you what it sounds like. So sales are a little bit slower than last year. I'm not sure why, trying to figure it out. Maybe people had stimulus money last year. They had extra money, that all dried up. Not quite sure, but I got a ton of mowers ready to go and sales are definitely down. I'm going to have to figure out a few things here to try to increase sales. I got some ideas. on how to do it. We'll see if those pan out. So I'll probably list this one for, I'll start it out at $100 and then go down from there. I have an old rusty silver deck listed for $80. I just listed it a few hours ago. I'll see how that one shakes out. Sold a couple of self-propels so far. Those seem to be popular. A couple of newer 20-inch pushers. Sold a couple of those. I actually used the same ad because I had identical 20-inch red pushers, so I just kept the ad going. What else? I think that's about it. We had that tropical storm come through, dump several inches of rain in my area, so grass should be growing like crazy. People just aren't buying. So I'm going to take a couple pictures of the scat machine here and put it online. Everything works on it as it should. Deck is not as pretty as the other new ones, but it's a 2014 model year, so it's showing its age, showing some use. So there you have it in a nutshell. I'm going to get busy and tackle a couple of more projects. I may move over to the Troy-built pony rider that I bought. I kind of walked away from that project and concentrated on the pushers. I'm all caught up on the pushers. It's time to get back to the rider and maybe advertise that. Maybe the riding mowers are in demand. I should probably put a couple of those on and see how those are selling, what kind of response I get. So there you have it, kids and cadets. Thanks for looking at the Murray scat machine with me. Finally got this one ready to sell. I feel confident it'll be a good seller. It's a good running machine. Anywho, thanks for coming out and checking it out with me.